Hey, we just finished up our session 4 for Wednesday night recap of The Time of Your Life by Andy Stanley. And tonight was called When Less is More. And basically kind of saying that, we can spread ourselves thin and we can busy ourselves up. You just talked about that Sunday. We think we're busy, we think we're doing a lot of things, and we're really not even doing our responsibility. We're getting sidetracked. And really, if we'll key in on what God has gifted us in and flourish in that, we can be much more productive to our organization, whether it's church, your job, or whatever. But when you try to strengthen your weaknesses, you're working so hard, you're killing yourself, really, for not much benefit. You're not really getting better at those weaknesses. Yeah. But we all have some gifting, some strength.
Absolutely. And he brought in the passage from Exodus 18 about his father-in-law Jethro, and I thought that was kind of
Moses'
funny.
father-in-law Jethro.
Moses' father-in-law Jethro. What did I say?
Not his.
Just his.
His
Oh, yeah, Andy's father-in-law.
His would be Andy's father-in-law. So.
Moses. Freudian slip. My father, because my father-in-law is staying with me now.
Yeah.
He's here for the week. I got father-in-law on the brain. No, he's a great
really
guy. But yeah, Moses' father-in-law Jethro, Acts 18. Oh my gosh, Exodus 18.
Exodus 18.
And he's actually. I think sometimes when it comes to leadership, whether it be leadership at work, leadership at church, even leadership at your home, sometimes you'll have unexpected. Wisdom from unexpected places and people. I'm not saying you just take, information from anybody, but God will use all kinds of people in your life, and he used his father-in-law to really share some wisdom that was going to enable Moses to be able to lead for the long haul. And, life is not a sprint. It is a long haul, and it's a marathon. And so, I thought that piece was interesting, that it came from Jethro, Moses' father-in-law. And it really enabled him to, not only for him to last, Moses as a leader, but also for the people to get justice. Sometimes we need to do things in a way that actually help people in general.
Rather than hinder,
Exactly. You're having to wait in this giant line where he's, thousands of people are probably in line trying to get justice, and Moses one person at a time.
Right.
And there was a piece in the beginning of tonight where he really talked about maintaining focus.
Yeah.
That's where less is more. You can't focus on a myriad of things, but you can focus on certain items.
Yeah.
And you may have to go from one to the other to the other.
Sure.
But because really, I think we found multitasking doesn't work, because you wind up doing, what is it? Jack of all trades, master of none. It's nice to have a skill set that's large, but you can't. No one person can do everything.
Right.
That's a fact.
So the thing is to focus on what has to be done, maybe what you're good at, but at the same time, I'm thinking about our relationship in the office and as pastors of this church. You might have a specialty. Youth would be your specialty, but there's other things you do. Right. And again, you have some very clear targets in your job description. But if I need help and we all need to do a project together, teamwork.
Yeah.
It can't just be your specialty. Yeah. We have to work together.
And we kind of know roughly where each other shines.
What I can count on, what I know I can get from you if it's needed, and the same with Pastor Brandon.
Something that takes a lot of intelligence, he comes right to me, just comes over to me and says, what's the answer? And I'll just...
Wouldn't you love if you could just prepare sermons and, just be left, but that's not you, I know that. Yeah. Other than that, you're doing so many things. And
unless you are leading a church the size of Andy Stanley's,
right.
then you can't be that specific. Right. We are general practitioners, and that's the way it is, and that's fine. But within that, you still want to, narrow down a little bit, but yet you have to be able to cross boundaries to help others.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and tonight was, the actual audience that Andy was targeting was a little...
Oh, businessmen.
Yeah, was small. People leading organizations, leading departments, leading, But I think he had some good wisdom in there for us.
To say, don't try this at home.
Yeah.
Because at home, you're everything to everybody. Right. Yeah, you can't just decide,
You can't delegate things at home that way.
That was a good way to leave off.
I think so.
And I think with that, we'll lead off. Leave off.
Leave
Not
off.
Leave off.
Well, no, leave
We're
off,
having
leave
problems
off.
tonight. It's Wednesday night, and we
It's-
must be tired.
I'm telling
But
you.
this was great. This was the first comeback from being gone for two Wednesdays. We didn't
Sure.
leave for 2 Wednesdays. And so finally we're back at it. We got one more session.
One more session.
And then we're going to start a new series called Balanced, which is trying to find financial stability in our lives. And that's an Andy Stanley series. And then from there, we're going to leave Andy behind for a while and move into something new the first Wednesday of March. So just giving you a heads up, and love to see you this Sunday as we start a new series with that. Spiritual assessment, doing some inventory about our lives. So that'll start Sunday for 5 Sundays. And but other than that, I'd love to see you come out Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So thanks for tonight.
Yep.
It was good.
Thanks, man.
God bless you, and see you Sunday.